Get zapped, boy. Keep zip zapping around that. You're gonna get zapped. You're gonna get zapped, boy. What are you mooing at me for, dude? I'm not a bovine. I might look huge, but I'm not a bovine, man. Come on. You gonna moo at me? You gonna moo at me, motherfucker? Oh, yeah? You say moo? Nice, moo. That's right, we're gonna smoke it up. Have ourselves a little smoke and a joke. Pipe and a cry, bong and a blintz. Marry you? Already married, dude. Sorry. You missed this bus. You missed this here bus. But you just smoked, so that was your pregame. Would you recommend those slap bars? Not for the faint of heart. Definitely not for the faint of heart. Let's hear it. Give me that toot. Give me that toot, toot. Give me that beep, beep. Nope, no airplane. That's a train. You don't know what trains are? Well, you live in the Bay Area. This one's heading towards you. This one's coming to you in the Bay Area. It's probably something on this train that you will purchase. Is everybody so happy today? Dude, I have been depressed as the ever-loving shit. The last couple of days, I've just been like, nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. You just throw my blanket back over my head and go back to sleep. Sleep all day. That's how I feel. Yay. Huzzah for depression. Huzzah, depression. Would it be a danger to you if a train derailed? I don't think so, no. A train track is a good half-mile away from me. I mean, unless, maybe, I guess, if it was carrying a bunch of explosives and shit, maybe. I know, it's just really flat here, so every sound kind of travels. Feel like I live in the Courage the Cowardly Doghouse. Nah, dude. Nah, bro. I have not watched the Olympics, no. Haven't really been able to commit to watch anything, to be honest with you. I'm out of it, bro. 100% out of it. My brain feels like mush. Constantly asking myself, what's the fucking point? What's the fucking point? Yeah. Entertainment, nothing really distracts. You just want to sleep. At least that's how I get. I just get to the point where I'm just like, well, I'm gonna pull my covers over my head and go back to fucking sleep. Do you ever watch TikTok? Kinda. I watched the bastardized version of TikTok that YouTube is trying to fucking... And I'm telling you, dude, I don't like it. And here's why. I don't like it because an hour will disappear. Like, I watched the redheaded stepchild TikTok. Yeah, the shorts, which is basically like a lot of them are labeled TikTok. So it's like people are just downloading their TikTok videos and throwing them up on YouTube. And so I'm like, I'll click on a short, right? And I fucking shit you not, like an hour of my day will go away. It'll just evaporate. It's ridiculous. I just like, I'll watch a dumbass video and then swipe it up, and then there's another dumbass video there. You know what I mean? And some of it's all designed to keep my fucking attention and shit. It's all like, hey, did you know about this serial killer? A lot of people, blah, 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 you know, and I'm just like, oh, yeah. And then it's like, you know, somebody's cute-ass dog doing backflips, and I'm like, oh. And I go to the next one, and it's like some boring thing, and then I go to the next one, and it's like, you know, look at this Karen in the parking lot. Whatever happened to the boy that I once knew? And then just some lady freaking out at somebody. Oh my God, this just happened near me. You know, and I'm like, whoa, okay, what's next? And then pretty soon, like, it's a fucking hour has gone. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Well, I do, I guess, but I don't. It's driving me nuts. Who the fuck is talking about Skyrim right now? Did anybody mention Skyrim? Didn't Skyrim come out in like 2012 or some shit? Why are we still talking about Skyrim? It's crazy how I don't get bored with those for at least 30 minutes. Yeah, and I'm seeing hella people like that I recognize now. I'm starting to like learn who people are. I gotta stop it. I gotta stop it. It's a time suck, dude. It's another one of those dopamine loops that you just get fucking lassoed into, and it steals like 2 hours of your day. Dude, and some of them are like really like... Some are really insidious. They're like trying to get you to watch them twice. You ever seen those? The ones that are designed that to like they never end. So it'll be like a dude telling a story or whatever, and he's working at like a thing. It's where like there's a dude that works at an ice cream place, and he's like, you know, blah 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 blah. And that's why I never tried this type of ice cream, so I decided to make it today. And you're like, wait a minute. Is this like the same thing? Is this the same story? It is. Why? How did I get back here? Like, he'll loop them. I don't know, bro. It's pretty insidious, the way it's designed to, like, just suck your attention into it. It's the here's what it is. You guys want to know what it is? TikTok is the Gen Z response to the glut of choice that has appeared since the 90s. When I mean the glut of choice is, or what I mean by the glut of choice is what we've talked about here before. In the 90s, you had, if you wanted to rent a movie, you had to go to Blockbuster. And inside the Blockbuster, there were maybe like 1,500 movies on display or so. And you had to pick one of them. You know what I mean? A lot of choice, but limited choice. All kind of separated out into genres. And then it's like, that became Netflix. And now you have that, and you have Netflix, and you've got Amazon Prime, you got HBO Max, you got all these fucking things. Pretty much every movie ever made at your fingertips. And it's like, it's hard to be surprised anymore by anything, right? Movies, you know everything about them before they drop because they're covered incessantly. There's 1.5 billion different movies to watch at any given second. There's 1.5 billion different fucking albums to listen to at any given second. It's a glut of choice. And so people are like, for their entertainment, they're like, how the fuck, you know, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing interests me anymore because there's too much of it. And then you get these little TikTok things, and it's like it's curated for you. You don't get to really choose. I mean, I guess you do, but not the way I use it. It's like, choose for me. Choose for me. Oh, this sucks. Oh, okay, this is interesting enough for me to watch for 1 minute and 4 seconds. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this is interesting. Like, they've started to deconstruct them now. It's weird. It's like these TikTok models and shit are starting to, like, show people how they do their tricks. Like, they do these stupid in-camera tricks where it looks like somebody's squishing them in a can of Pepsi or something, you know, but it's just a perspective trick. And they're like, now they're making TikToks, about how to make TikToks. Bruh. Yeah, there's a lot of cooking ones. Like fucking what's his name is doing, like Gordon Ramsay has a TikTok thing that he does where apparently people are trying to impress him with their recipes and shit, and he just shits on them. He's like, "No, you donkey. Too much spice. More color. Need more color on that. Your pan's not hot enough." It's just like, holy shit, fuck this. Like, I'm not cooking something for Gordon Ramsay. Are you fucking kidding me? But it's just like, it's bite-sized, right? It's designed to be over before it starts. So it's like you get into something, it has a quick arc. You get this quick little burst of like, oh yeah, which feels good, you know? Or like, huh, or oh wow, that was interesting. And then it's like, bloop, you're on to the next one. Yeah, little bumps of cocaine. You're like, oh yeah, that one, ooh, That one was good. Oh, okay. That whoa, 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 whoa. I like that one. Okay. Yep, 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 yep. Taking dopamine bumps, yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Did you get your water fixed? Kinda. Kinda, sorta, ish. Isn't that just what newspaper comic strips used to be? Yeah, but there were like 5 of those a day. You know what I mean? And then on the Sunday, you got the funny pages, which was like a whole page or 2 of those. But like, like you used to get like 5 little maybe comic strips a day. Dude, I watched 5 TikToks before I'd wiped the crust out of my eyes this morning. No joke. My ass was out here, all the sleepy crusties still in my eyes, sipping on a cup of coffee, going, what am I doing? Maybe that's why I'm depressed. Or maybe that's an expression of my depression. I don't blame you, George. I haven't looked at TikTok either, but I have looked at YouTube's bastard TikTok. Yeah, it just goes to the next video, and then it goes to the next video. But if you don't like a video, or if you're bored with it, like if it's something you don't want to watch, you just swipe up, and it goes away forever. You never see it again, and then it's just this endless loop of like minute-long content. I'll tell you what, man, as a fucking dude that grew up prior to the internet, I'm in a weird position. I straddle both sides, Like I did like the first 10, 12 years of my life, no such thing as the internet, and then all of a sudden here it is. And it's become ubiquitous in my time like on this planet. I got to tell you, it is strange, absorbing, crazy. I don't understand it. I feel like the people that are one generation before me must be really lost. And I don't know where it's leading. You can make 200 TikToks per every Highdeology. Jesus. 200 TikToks, bro. 200 TikToks. Dude, I've made 20 TikToks just in this Highdeology alone. It just goes to show me that the type of content that we make is dying. It's kind of scary. This longer form content where you're expecting people to sit down and watch half an hour, watch an hour. Yeah, dude, I'll mount a GoPro on my fucking bug assault. I'll be a fly killing channel. Well, it's because people's lives are filled with so much of it. It's because, okay, think about this. It's a matter of economy for a lot of people. It's like, okay, I've got 30 minutes, right? I could watch 30 little short bursts of semi-interesting TikTok, out of which 15 will probably be kind of stupid and 15 will be decent. Or I could commit myself to a half hour of listening to some people talk and ramble and banter about a topic. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the people that like long form content are becoming the minority, and the people that like short form content are becoming the majority. The transfer of power is already happening. It's already in the mix. It's just a matter of time now. And it's like, there's part of me that feels like we at Pessimist Productions ought to fucking start jumping on the train, or else be left behind. Yeah. You gotta entertain people the way that they want to be entertained, right? That's the point, Mike, is like there are more podcasts now than ever. Podcasting and long form content and specifically guided content has reached a peak. And when that happens, there is a fall off, right? Yeah, I mean, starting to chop up our shows into smaller short form content, blasting it out on these other platforms. I think we have to do it, or else. Start doing the shorts thing, start doing a TikTok presence, maybe even have the three of us do individual TikTok videos on the channel every once in a while, specifically made for it. Well, that's the thing, is like we moved to these 30-minute videos and it immediately helped engagement on our channel. Think about that. We moved away from an hour and a half long, 2 hour long videos twice a week to these bursts of shorter videos between 30 and 35 minutes usually, and it almost immediately upped engagement. Immediately drove subscriptions, immediately started bringing new people into the channel. Not like a massive influx of people, but it was the first organic growth that we had seen in months. And it was because we stopped doing the longer videos and started doing the smaller videos. And so when you see that happen, as a content creator, you have to market. I don't even think you can do a Highdeology on TikTok, bro. Like cutting up Highdeology clips and putting them on TikTok, that might be something that's worth thinking about. Finding a clip that works and blah, blah, blah. You can do TikTok live streams over there. I didn't know that. See, I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like, I know for a fact that the kind of long form content that we do, as far as its ability to drive growth, is dead. People like it. People like having access to it. The people that follow us clearly enjoy it. But if we're going to fish new people out of the pond, we're going to have to fish them out with these smaller videos. I don't think TikTok is going to kill YouTube. YouTube has just basically absorbed the TikTok algorithm.
Yeah, it's like TikTok. I always see it shared somewhere else. It's not
Yep.
like it's an exclusive thing.
I never see TikTok on TikTok.
Yeah.
I've seen probably 1,000 TikToks, but I've never gone to TikTok.
Yeah, they go on Twitter or
Yep,
Facebook or whatever.
Now to YouTube Shorts. YouTube, like I'd say a good 60% of the YouTube Shorts I walk are TikTok branded. It's like they took it straight from TikTok and just put it up over here. So TikTok is already suffering from the fact that, like, you know,
people don't want to download it. They just want to see it.
Right. So if YouTube Shorts continues to work the way it will, then it'll probably be the big thing. Instagram and Facebook have TikToks as stories, yeah. Yep. Part of the allure of DFF videos for me are the spontaneous tangents you guys sometimes get on, lots of the golden moments over the years, yeah. That's kind of a sad thing, too, is because what you're talking about is almost, it's not the death of tangential content, it's just the death of the art form of getting to the tangent. People want to skip that. People don't want to see the content, the context on either end of the tangent. They want to hear the salient tangent point. And so it becomes less a tangent and more a specific video. It's weird. For me, and this is just coming from what I like, but it also is reflective of the type of shit that I grew up with. I like listening to people talk to one another. I like conversational style stuff. I grew up watching Donahue and Sally Jesse Raphael and People's Court and, the MTV kind of talk shows where they're interviewing artists between blocks of music videos. And you know what I mean? Like, that's the type of shit that I grew up listening to that's an analog to podcasts now. There was no such thing when I was a kid, right? And so, but I really liked the shows that were based around people sitting down and having a fucking conversation with one another. And that's not what people want now. Clearly, it's not what people are into anymore. Or at the very least, they want more accessible content, quicker content most of the time, and then every once in a while they want to sit down and watch a long form video, maybe.
So you guys got the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Shorts and longs.
Well, the kind of genesis of this was, I don't know if our spot is so sweet. Like, the 30-minute videos seem to be working, but I think that us embracing, like, the shorts thing might work just as well. Like, take and do a long form video on a certain topic and cut the fucking big jokes out of it and shit. Find the 3 funniest moments out of every show. Make them into a fucking short. Yeah, Clips channel. I really don't know, guys. It's something that I think that, you know, we'll have to figure out as we go along. But I think that we're riding the back edge of a trend that was hot 2014, 2015, 2016, kind of explosive banter thing that happened, and it's over. It's over. And it's been over. And so I feel like that our content works the way that it is. I feel like that there's a lot to like about it. I don't necessarily think we should stop making the long form content, but I do think we need to get smart about the way things are being pushed. And for me, it's like a back to the drawing board type of moment, almost. Like, I really think we need to rethink things and re-examine what we're doing. I mean, look, I and the guys that I've worked with have never been people to languish. So it's just like, you know, it is what it is. You do what you can, and then you got to move on. 5 nanosecond videos. Yep. Just like, boop. I have some thoughts about Pessimist Productions and Deep Fat Fried, and not necessarily about changing the whole way that we do them, but coming up with some kind of focus for us that sets us apart. And one of the things that keeps popping up in my head is making a film. Taking the money that we make from the show, and instead of investing that money back into trying to make the show, like, for example, right now we're doing all this editing to clean up the shows, and it costs money. I don't know at this point necessarily that it's money well spent, to be honest with you. I personally like the edited stuff in the videos. I laugh at the little moments that happen in it, and I think that it helps a little, but overall, I don't think that the money that we spend on having our videos edited is reflected in growth or reflected in anything like that. So I don't know. Part of me thinks that, like, a more raw channel where it's like, what if we had a channel? I just imagine this. What if we had a channel where we did these topical videos and shit, but we also were working our goal every year is to make a movie. Maybe it's not like a fucking full budget movie or something, but our goal every year is to write, develop, and present to our audience and to the world an indie film. Would that be a hard fucking life? Yeah. Is what we're doing right now hard? Yeah. You know what I mean? See, I see paths to us, you know, maybe not doing the YouTube thing forever, or maybe not doing the YouTube thing in the same way forever, having it remain a part of what we do for our fans, but growing outside of that into some other area. Do you do film festivals, crowdfunded? See, I don't know. It depends on what we end up with, right? I have a feeling that a lot of times we're going to end up with stuff that's pretty silly, you know? But that's okay. You know, it's okay if we make a movie and it doesn't really do well and it doesn't come out well, because we've made a film.
You gotta beat that Jarbo.
Yeah. I gotta make a better movie than fucking Mundane Matt made. Right now, he's got the best movie out of the two of us. because I have no movie. It could have a huge potential to backfire, yeah. But I think that if we did it as content, right? We kept it as content. We did these kind of behind the scenes things and, you know, little teasers and production meetings and all this little stuff to try and show the process of a bunch of people that don't know fuck all about making a movie trying to make a movie. But that's just one idea that I have. You know, as far as where our content could go. I kind of I don't know, man. If you think about it, our style is almost anti-success in some ways. It's like, let's just throw a bunch of topics at the wall and see what sticks. Well, what about the ones that don't? It's all money in the trash, basically, time in the trash. You got to think about shit like that, you know? As much as our fans always kind of uniformly say, yeah, well, I love that I never know what's going to be on, you know, a Pessimist Productions video. I love that, you know, every episode of DFF is kind of like a surprise. I never know really what you guys are going to be covering till you do it. The fact of the matter is that people just don't watch certain ones. And that's not a good way to fucking drive growth. We throw a lot at the wall and it looks like people just kind of browse and watch what they want, which is fine. It's better than nobody watching anything at all, but it's not driving a sense of urgency. And that's what I've really learned from watching these YouTube shorts. I've tried to not make it just dopamine looping stuff. Like, I have been dopamine looping, but I've tried to pull some fucking lessons from these little TikTok videos. And I'm not saying that that's all we're going to do. I'm just saying, number one, I think we need to be doing them. And number two, I think we need to look at them for what they are. Because say what you want about a TikTok video, it's an urgent piece of content. It starts, sucks you in. It's like, here's the premise. I'm going to show you how to fucking do this. Or I'm going to drill a hole in this fucking big piece of metal. Or I'm going to fucking throw a rock at this window and see what happens. Or I'm going to and it's like, it's so immediate and so demanding of your attention that I look at the stuff that we're doing and I'm just like, psh, most people are out before the intro. You know, on these longer videos that we put up, if we put that whole ass intro in front of it, nobody's watching that shit. Nobody knew. Nobody's coming out of the ether and going to a DFF video and watching that long ass intro and getting through it. It's naturally exclusive content. And so I don't know if it's possible to create that same sense of urgency in every piece of content, but I do think it's something that creatively we need to think about at the very least. I honestly don't know what the most successful vid is in terms of views. Probably one of the early ones, considering that, you know, there was a huge amount of people that came over and checked it out from DP after DP season 1 ended, I guess. And, you know, I'd say about 30% of those people, 40% of those people stayed for the long term, and the rest of them just kind of were like, nope, this ain't it, chief, and went. So we never really, like, made it to that point, but we settled into a level of engagement that drove our Patreon really high for the amount of subscribers that we have. We're still lucky to have that, but we need more. We've got to think of ways to push it farther.
Make the Patreon sexier.
Yep. And I honestly think that a lot of the ways that we're going to do that is by doing exactly what I'm talking about here, just like examining what it is that we're making, examining what it is popular right now, and seeing how we can learn at the very least from what's really popular and instill some of that same sense of urgency into our content. This is probably a really boring topic for people. I would imagine. This is the type of shit that consumes my nightmares, you know what I mean? My days and my nights. But probably not all that interesting for people who don't do this. Editing the latest content is a huge improvement, great comedic value. I would do more jump cuts if you want to get more clout, though. Yeah. Like I said, the editing is cute, but I have not seen any direct evidence that the heavy editing is helping us at all. And then I think that just a more basic, lighter touch of editing is probably going to be way cheaper for us to maintain and probably have the same effect. I really thought when we added this team of editors and stuff that I was gonna that the little bit of polish, spit and shine and shit that was added was really gonna make a change, and it really didn't. What really made a change was us switching to the shorter form content. That's what made the change. Switching to the 30-minute episodes, as much as people bitched about it, really drove our engagement and continues to, and we need to learn from that and double down on that, I think. Excuse me. I believe you discussed how limitless economic growth is unsustainable. Pessimist production is part of that economy. Why wouldn't pessimist production be subject to the growth limits? I never said it isn't. I'm not saying that we're going to be the first $1 trillion company in the world. I'm just saying that I don't believe that we have reached the pinnacle of what we are capable of as people. I look at the people that I work with and I see a creative force. And I like what we do, and I think that we do something that's interesting and kind of unique in the sphere, but I don't think that we've reached our potential. I think we could do better. I think we could be better. Have you considered going off on your own full-time? No. Yeah, Paul, when are you guys going to space? Yeah, dude. Send us to space. It's not just the Billionaires Boys Club anymore. Come on. Send 3 fucking neckbeards into space, baby. I think you're wrong about that, bro. Angry Gamer Show. I think you're dead ass fucking wrong about that. I think that's what you're interested in. But let me tell you what I don't see as I'm scrolling through my TikToks. A bunch of political shit. So if people are so interested in political shit, why is it just like a little nest of people on Twitter and YouTube that are watching that shit? Why is the really popular shit apolitical if politics is the way to go? Well, if you're curating your shit and following the more political people, then yeah, you're getting political shit on yours. Kyle Kalinske did a video that I watched earlier talking about how people's pessimism is rising. It's climbed by something like 30 points since May. There's been like a 30 points shift in the way that people feel about the United States. Now the majority of people are pessimistic about the future of the United States. And it's like, I look at how poisonous politics is and how fucking off-putting it is. And I don't see, I really don't see I don't see that being like the future of what people want to watch. And I think that, you know, the politics stuff is fun for a subset of people, but it's just become kind of like hogwash. Just become kind of divisive, fucking Jerry Springer shit, flinging fucking circus act. And, you know, I don't know. I've taken part in that. I still do take part in that, but do I think that that's the way forward? Nah, not really. I don't know, bro. Oh yeah, Scotty and I and TJ and I and the three of us as a group talk about the future all the fucking time. That's a huge part of what we do as business partners. That's how you keep a business afloat. We're having a big meeting about the future of the company tomorrow or the next day, whenever we can squeeze it in, because it's time, you know, time to have another one of those. I mean, we spent a lot of the time that we spent together talking about ideas for the show, ideas for the business, problems that we have with the business and how to solve them and blah blah blah. I mean, that's an ongoing constant conversation. Ever thought about changing the name? No, not really. The name, like, the name is Pessimist Productions, right? See, a lot of people know us via DFF because that's our flagship franchise. But DFF is just a show. Pessimist Productions is the dream. Because that's a studio. That's a production company. And right now it produces our content. And hopefully someday it'll produce our content and other people's content. Hopefully someday it'll produce a film. That'd be great. So DFF is the show and Pessimist Productions is the dream. So the name of the show doesn't really matter. What do the guys think of the movie idea? I mean, we've been talking about making a movie for years. TJ and I are both really interested. We have collaborated on just like the idea level, fleshing out a number of film possibilities. There are three that specifically TJ and I have spent a lot of time fleshing out. Scotty's aware of them and has given his input as well. So there's at least three films that TJ and I have talked about making that I think could be made for varying budget. You know, they could be made very guerrilla, and they could be made very, well, no, I mean, we've talked about some of these. We've talked about some of them publicly. I mean, one of the ones that kind of was born out of a conversation that we had was this idea of a movie called Practical Effects, where, you know, it's basically about a couple of fucking stoners whose dream it is to make a horror movie, but every time they try and make a horror movie, the effects look cheesy as fuck, and they don't have the money to do really good practical effects, and so they decide to go kill a homeless person for their movie, and it becomes like a weird snuff film kind of thing, and it catches on, you know. Yeah, the cops. Yeah, like the cops are you know, become aware of what these guys are doing, and they're trying to track them down, and the way that the cops talk about them is if they're like these evil masterminds. They're, you know, ghosts. They can't be caught, and really they're just like stoners sitting at home. They put the homeless guy in the credits. That'd be pretty funny. Well, we're thinking about shooting the whole thing like handheld, basically. Most of it, anyway. So, like the Blair Witch, kind of. You know, I see it as kind of like a mix of the two mediums. Got some like Blair Witch style stuff, and then the stuff that takes place in the stoner apartment, shot from a couple of established angles. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like that's how these stoners get away with it for so long, because they start by murdering homeless people. But then they realize that they're going to have to branch out, you know what I mean? And they get deeper and deeper into it. lotion dispensation. Okay. Whatever you say, partner. Green crack. I don't know. I can just see the trailer for this movie already. Like the trailer moments anyway for it, you know. But it's just one of our, 3 ideas for a film. Get Neil Breen to direct. I don't think Neil Breen directs anything but his own films, dude. Well, dude, that would be fun, right? Like, if we get a film under our belt, we could send it to Uva, and we could be like, look, Uva, we want to make some movies, man. Here's our low budget shit. Yeah, no, I mean, that came from a conversation between me and TJ that happened live on his show. The idea for that movie. But I mean, me and TJ used to have this whole show that we did on Cinema for Cinema called Pitch Wars that I'd like to bring back in some form someday, where we would pitch a film in a franchise, or a new film or whatever, and pitch those, pit those pitches against one another and let the audience decide. So we've got a lot of ideas. TJ and I are a factory of kind of movie ideas. So if we could position ourselves to actually make some of these films and get a little cult following, that could be great. Kind of see us as like the juggalos of the movie industry. You know what I mean? How great would that be? Fuck the theaters. Fuck your award shows. We do, screenings of our movies all over the goddamn fucking world. We'll rent the goddamn theater time. We'll sell tickets. We'll buy our own goddamn fucking theater and have people come to it to watch our shit. Whoop, whoop. Fago not included, yeah. Well, there was this really inspiring talk that I saw Joe Bob Briggs give about the state of horror movies and the state of just filmmaking in general. And it was really inspiring and really true. He was talking about how now is the time. If you've ever decided that you want to make a movie, it's never been easier for a person to make a movie than it has been now, than it is now. People have more access to the high quality cameras, the shit you need to make movies. It's not just a big boys club thing anymore. It used to be that you had to have a fucking $30,000 camera and you had to have a fucking, all this projectors and screening rooms and shit. All that shit has been replaced by shit that you've got in your house. I mean, Joe Bob was the best. Joe Bob is the best. He's still alive, homie. He's still kicking. Don't give me this he was shit. I ain't trying to hear it. Please clap. Please clap. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Go long, Georgie. Dun, dun, dun. Dude, I really want to present Jeb Bush. Like, the tone has to be perfect for the Jeb movie. For Please Clap, the tone has to be perfect. It has to be serial comic to the fucking letter. It cannot... No breaking kayfabe. No showing that it's an actual comedy film. It has to be serial comic. It has to be presented as the most ostentatious and important film ever made. It has to be shot beautifully. It has to be conceived of and written beautifully, but it just has to be a failboat from start to fucking finish. A tragic, tragic comedy. Oh yeah. No, not even like an art film. I see it like presented Barry Lyndon style. Obviously, nobody's remaking Barry Lyndon. That's a fucking masterpiece. But I'm just talking about how it unfolds. You know what I mean? No, it's not going to be called Jeb. It's going to be called Please Clap. For sure. And it's not even really going to be about Jeb. I mean, it will be, but it's taken on a life of its own now, in my mind. Maybe even with a narrator, dude, like Barry Lyndon had. When Jeb was a young boy, all he ever wanted was his mother's approval. Tappity, 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 tap. You've done this on an episode. I know. This is an idea I've had a billion fucking years now. Fuck yes, it's a serious idea. Fuck yes, it's a serious idea. I just, I'd have to position myself with other movies first. I'd have to get funding for this movie. Because like I said, this movie's got to be shot a certain way. Narrator would give the joke away. You're right. It doesn't need a narrator. You're absolutely right about that. It just needs to be presented in that same ostentatious style. Where each, maybe even break it up into 2 or 3 acts. No, the narrator idea is, VFX is right. Narrator betrays the joke. It gets too hammy. Narrated by George Bush. I'm the governor of Florida, Dad. Please clap. Hey, Dad. I won the governorship of Florida. No, stupid, Jeb, stupid. Hey, Dad, we won Florida. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, little Jeb tab dancing. The 10 people who like Jeb Bush will think it's a documentary and give it bad, salty reviews. Yeah. Yeah, true. It ends with him putting his custom pistol to his head. Yeah. The only thing he inherits from his dad is a pistol and a note that says, "You know what to do, Jebby. You always did." Please clap. Please clap. Please clap. Fade to black. Don't stop. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. I wish we could just steal the Barry Lyndon soundtrack. That'd be great. Have the lambs stopped screaming, Jeb? You let me know when those lambs stop screaming, won't you? Fly back to... What does he say? Fly back to Virginia, little starling. Fly, fly. Jeb movie idea is fucking fantastic. That's why you love it. Hey, Paul, I just got off work. How's your evening? It is what it is, bro. 'Tis what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. That is that, and this is this. I'll tell you what you want, and I'll tell you what you get. You get away from me. You may get sued. Dude, if Jeb wants to get salty and sue me, it just makes the movie better. Like, if he sues me, it's like him admitting that that movie was anything about him, you know? We just put the disclaimer, you know, this movie is parody. It is not, you know, meant to be a true story about any person living or dead. Boom. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, they made W and they didn't get sued. Yeah, true. See? Telling me I can't get away with making Yeb? Come on. I could make Yeb. You know I could make Yeb. Who told him about that? God damn it, I want names. Somebody in the family talked. It's like, no, we were just joking, Jebby. Jebby, listen. In my line of work, there are two kinds of people. People who get things done and hangers on. And you're a hanger on, Jeb. You always have been. Dad, I'm the governor of Florida. Please clap. Jeb Bush kind of sounds like Hank Hill. Go listen to him. I want that moment where he's in the debate with Trump to be like a centerpiece of the film. He's in that debate with Trump, and Trump says, "You used to be standing right next to me, Jeb, and now you're moving further and further over. Pretty soon you're going to fall off the stage." And that look of who plays Trump? Trump. We just take the fucking footage of Trump actually saying it, and then we cut our actor into it. I mean, we might be able to approach Trump to play himself, but I really don't see a point. Why pay him? Just use the news footage. Please clap. I think this country has had enough of your family, Jeb. My brother saved this country on 9/11. Why is no one coughing up money? It doesn't matter, bro, because I don't ask for it. I don't really do a real donation driven thing. I appreciate it though. Thank you for the $5. But it ain't no big deal, dude. It is what it is. There's nobody that can play Trump accurately, both with the voice and the look. Dude, no, I understand. Dude, times is tough. Times is tight. I don't do these for the fucking donations. I do them to chill with you guys. So, you know. Of course, Trump wasn't wrong. Trump was dead ass right about Jeb. You're moving farther and farther over, Jebby. Pretty soon you'll be off the edge. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a waste. What are we talking to? Jeb is such a conversation starter here on Highdeology. We always just go out down the Jeb rabbit hole. I don't want to go there again tonight, dude. Jeb depresses me. Unless I'm making the movie about Jeb, I don't really want to even think about Jeb's existence, man. It makes me depressed. Please clap. Yeah. People have worked it in. Should I shit talk Vosh? Throw a little red meat to the subreddit? Throw him a big juicy steak of Vosh shit talk? Give him the salt. No, I don't know. I don't even know what Vosh has been up to. I don't have anything to shit talk today. Sorry. You guys give me something to shit talk. Yeah, dude, they got so fucking. Look at them. They got so jazzed. Everybody loves the Vosh. Everybody loves the Vosh. His fans are salty at me. Oh, man. Oh, man. What did I do now, y'all? Was I very uncharitable and extremely bad faith? Think Vosh is a grifter? Yeah. You think? Was I gaslighting my dude? My bro. I'm sorry, bro. My guy. My dude, my guy, my bro. Do you lose or gain respect with Vaug after your second time with him? Vaug? I'm sorry, I don't operate like some of you seem to with this like respect thing that like gets given and retracted depending on one or two things a person says. Like, I can't answer that question. I don't, you know what I mean? I didn't have a whole lot of respect for Vaug going into the whole fucking thing, to be honest with you. So, Vaug, dude. So hard to know if anyone is being genuine online. Can I give you a cheat sheet to that? They're not. There you go. I just helped you out, bro. I just told you a fucking secret that nobody that does my job is going to tell you. They're not. They're not being genuine. Nobody's being genuine. That's the dark secret of internet personalities. No, not a single one of them is sincere or genuine. Am I? No. No. I mean, yeah. But no. But yes. But no. How do you know, though? That's the question. That's really the point. I like to think I'm sincere, but how the fuck do you know that? That's kind of the point, right? Polygraph, yeah. Dude, that would be a fun trend to start. Have a fucking polygraph guy come and test me. All right, do you sincerely believe in the things that you say? Yes. Do you sincerely believe in the power of labor? Yes. Do you sincerely believe that the DNC will never, ever provide people with the things that they need? Yes. And then go like, you passed with flying colors. Now I challenge Vosh to sit down and take the same fucking thing. When it comes to 83-year-old Joseph R. Biden, Vosh, you are not the father My dude, I do not have to take a polygraph test to prove anything, my bro. I'm sorry, Vogue. I'm sorry, Vaug. You failed the polygraph test, dude. Polygraphs are not reliable. I know this. It doesn't matter. You just got to pass one. That doesn't matter. It's just all I've got to do is pass one. And that's it. Then I throw it out there to Vaug. I go like, all right, bro. I passed a polygraph test about my political leanings. Passed a polygraph test about my fucking early life. Let's see you do the same, partner. Well, yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot of science behind it. I mean, look, dude, a polygraph test, it's like a good measuring stick, but it's not scientifically admissible because there's no way to look into somebody's brain and know if they're lying. Yeah, it just measures like physiological stress response, heart rate, breathing rate, blood oxygen levels, and all this shit is all monitored at the same time to fucking like, because when you lie about something, there can be a physiological response in some people to that lie, of course. Do you really believe that we can bully Biden to the left? Yes, my dude. Do you really believe that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has your best interests at heart? My guy, yes. Were you really from the bad part of Beverly Hills? My dude, yes. Beverly Hood, that's where I want to be. Living in Beverly Hood. Let's just say this, dude. I have pretty much proof that Vosh is any claim that Vosh has that he wasn't raised as a rich kid is fucking completely silly. The fact that he grew up in Beverly Hills should be enough, but I'm not all into doxing people and shit, but let's just say that I know what his dad does for a living. And I know what his dad has done for a living since the 90s. And let's just say that he didn't want for cash. He's a rich kid. it kind of undermines a lot of his fucking shit, and I think he knows it. Like, look, you're a rich kid who talks theory, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, when the chips are down, has his audience invest in the neoliberal. Because, my dude, it's the best we can do. And then, of course, the neoliberal protects the money of rich people. It's a perspective problem that he's got to, like, meet head on, in my opinion. Was born in Fresno, California, St. Agnes Medical Center. My dude, my bro. I mean, I'm not saying that a background as a rich kid precludes your ability to be some sort of socialist revolutionary, but it kind of undercuts your fucking argument when your socialist revolutionary fucking talk all ends in slurping up ice cream with Biden and making excuses for fucking AOC now into her second fucking term. Mm-mm. Something doesn't add up. And at that point, you start looking. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm not big into talking about people's family and shit, but let's just say that there's no way that Vosh fucking wanted for money when he was a child. Ever, not once. You know, it's kind of hard for me, my dude, to hear communist ideals come out of the mouth of someone who supports neoliberalism in the end. And it's kind of hard for me to hear socialist ideals come out of the mouth of someone who grew up in a fucking rich kid's mansion in Beverly Hills. Doesn't preclude that person from being correct. It just makes me question motive. Because what's best for somebody who holds wealth? The disruption of the system or the continuation of the system? You start to get into that, right? You start to think about that. So Vosh holds not just personal wealth now that he's a successful vlogger, but generational wealth. And what benefits somebody that holds generational wealth? But the continuation of bourgeoisie politics, right? The continuation of free speech for me, but not for thee. The continuation of the two-tiered medical system and the two-tiered justice system. And the continuation of tax havens and tax loopholes that allow rich people to fucking stay rich. Am I wrong? So, if Vosh is a rich fuck with genuine generational wealth and his political activism all dead ends in the DNC, can we not put two and two together? Has he addressed this? Has he addressed the fact that if he were to actually adopt the ideals of the theorists that he reads, that it would mean the end and redistribution of his family fortune? Has he addressed that? Is he in support of it? My dude? Well, his personal fortune is part of his family fortune. He stands to inherit a lot of money and property from his parents. And that's in addition to what he has for himself. That's his family fortune. You willing to put that on the fucking guillotine and redistribute it? If not, why not? We're talking about generational wealth here. Isn't this something he speaks out against? What real impetus would a guy in that catbird seat have to disrupt the apple cart? Not that I've heard he's in favor of higher taxes on the rich and has admitted his rich lifestyle when growing up. That's fine. That's all gravy train and biscuit wheels. There's a lot of rich people that are in favor of higher taxes on the rich. It's a great position for them. It's a great political position to take, isn't it? Man, I really ought to be paying more. Vote for Biden. Man, I really ought to be paying more. Vote for AOC. Man, I really ought to be paying more. Oh shit, guys, Trump is back. Vote for Kamala. I'm sorry, that don't carry 2 buckets of water where I'm from. The left still seems pretty celebratory about Biden over here. What's the worst news? I know of his Mexican border hypocrisy and his shrugging off student debt. His shrugging off of the $15 minimum wage. He promised it like something like 100 times on the campaign trail. It's time for a $15 minimum wage. Just abandoned it. His continued bombing of Middle Eastern countries and African countries. He's currently actively bombing Somalia and Syria and Afghanistan. As we're pulling troops out, he's ramping up the bombing in Afghanistan to fight the people who are coming to fill the vacuum that we're leaving behind, I guess. I really don't understand it. Yep. Fucking up the COVID lockdown, ending it too early, not refusing to institute nationwide fucking mandates, refusing to protect people from this fucking shit. Delta variant, Epsilon variant. Heard he's done a massive cut to drone strikes. You heard wrong. There's been a massive cut in reported drone strikes. You see, the U.S. military has no impetus to actually report the drone strikes that it carries out. So whether or not Biden has ramped up drone strikes, cut drone strikes, or just continued the same amount of drone strikes is a big fat... But he's bombed the fuck out of Syria, bombed the fuck out of Somalia, and bombed the fuck out of Afghanistan. So there's that. All the fucking squad members that got elected on the promise of forcing Medicare for all votes have just gone silent on the subject. I don't think I've seen AOC or any of the squad tweet anything substantive about fucking Medicare for all in months or do anything about it. They've just gone fucking radio silent on their big campaign promises and shit. They've all been assimilated into the machine. And they're trying to figure out, like, how do I stay the based oppositional politician while funding the DNC? Teach me how to be controlled opposition, Mama Bear. Well, the first thing you want to do, Alexandria, is start a political action committee. Claim that you're going to give money to people who don't take corporate money, but when the chips are down, give all that money to DNC candidates who take a bunch of oil lobby money and gas lobby money, pharmaceutical money, defense money. Oh, okay. I can do that. She didn't even mention it. In fact, a lot of the shit libs on the left, including Vosh, from what I hear through the grapevine, have just kind of like made fun of it and called it, like, I saw somebody on Twitter posted a fucking, like, retweeted somebody who was talking about how the Medicare for All march was basically just the Nazi rally from Charlottesville minus the tiki torches. And there was a picture that showed like 5 or 6 white dudes at it or some shit. So this is what happens when people on the left actually get the fuck out there and engage in direct action. These fucking libs make fun of them for it and poop on them for it. Petite bourgeois. Yeah, it does make you wonder what their motives are. Well, you know what? Fuck that. I'll just tell you what their motives are. You ready? Dude, Nick, that's not how you do it, bro. Rewind or get the fuck out, my dude. My bro. You don't come up in here in the middle of a conversation and go like, what's happening? I just got here. Oh, hold on, everybody. Let me fucking hit pause and catch Nick up. A dumb fuck. He's been around here forever, too. He knows better. Just a dumb fuck. I think this is the second time Nick has gotten fucking clipped recently. I don't think there's going to be a third. When he comes back, good behavior from him. Or gone. Here's what their motives are. Status quo. Shocking, I know. How would I know their motives? Well, they advocate for status quo politicians. All of their rhetoric, when it comes down to the showdown, leads to voting for the status quo. They shrug when the status quo runs over non-status quo politicians like Bernie, and then make fucking pariahs out of people who stay loyal to Bernie, who stay loyal to the ideas that Bernie established, for not coming along and cucking to Biden. And then, when people step out to do direct action on Medicare for all, they make fun of them. Who does this sound like? Sounds like MSNBC to me. Sounds like Rachel Maddow to me. Sounds like fucking Tucker Carlson to me. Sounds like status quo bullshit with a little garnish of fucking Marx and a little sprinkle of Engels. Get it out. And mark my fucking words, dude. When the chips are down, this motherfucker will do it again and again and again and again and again and again. These people will do it again and again. Marx would have voted for Biden, my dude. Here's 2 hours of me misquoting Marx and Engels to support my preconceived notions, my dude. AOC actually based. Biden actually based. Yeah, he's dropped the anarchist thing now. He stopped pretending that he's any stripe of fucking anarchist now. I think that's pretty funny too. The evolving political state of Vosh. I'm a libcuck now, dude. Give it another one. Give me another one. Give me another one. Three. I want one more. Yes. 4. I don't think we're gonna get 5. Dude, a quadratude. Fan fucking tastic. Quadratude. Pentatude. Lo economos doth hunger, lo shall he be fed. For the veins of this world all pump to his heart. Praise be to Economos, the bull-headed god. May his growth be endless. May his wealth be protected. Sorry, sometimes I pray to Economos as his trains are going by. Really think it illustrates how little Vosh really understands all the concepts he talks about on his show that makes communism so... Well, dude, think about it. What better way to trick young, passionate people into doing the same, to making the same mistake that their parents did by dressing it up as fucking revolutionary action? Dress it in a fucking Che Guevara coat. Throw a fucking Che Guevara beret on it. But just do the same shit that your fucking parents did. Brilliant. And who does that benefit? People who have family fortunes. People who have an investment in the continuation of the fucking Jenga tower that is our global economy. People that have an investment in the continued exploitation of the fucking global south because they've got money tied up in it. Rich people. Don't try and impress me with your manner of dress, because a monkey in silk is a monkey no less. Yes, yes. He didn't know what the Haymarket affair was, and he claims to be an anarchist. Yeah, I know. That was a little bit telling, my dude. So he's a dude, like he. When I asked him about why Bernie lost in 2016, he said, I don't know, dude. That was a long time ago. I remember being really angry. What? You don't know why Bernie lost in 2016, my dude? Dude, that's a lot of red meat to the subreddit. The subreddit's gonna be blowing up around this one, guys. It's a lot of steak to the subreddit tonight. Gave him a big old fucking porterhouse steak. French fries and a porterhouse steak. Ah. So what else is going on? What else might we discuss this evening? This fine breezy evening. I think I'm gonna turn the swamp cooler on tonight. Just like blow a bunch of cold air into the house. I think that'd be good. I don't know if you've already talked about this, but did you hear about Frito-Lay employees striking? I found out. Yeah, I did. I talked about it. Try out the new character. I did. He's fun. He's fun. I need to get better with him, but I think I found my guy, my dude, my bro. Who's gonna die first in D&D? That is for me to know and for you to find out. The Frito-Lay strike was covered on Flash Friday. Yes, it was. I'm about to pick Guilty Gear up in a week or so when my first check drops. No eyes. I ain't spoiling nothing. You get nada from me. You get nada from me. In this Behemoth Typhoon, Goldweiss tells us how Bernie lost in 2016. In this Behemoth Typhoon, Goldweiss tells us how Marx would have voted for Biden. In this Behemoth Typhoon. Dude, Guilty Gear memes. The memes are strong. All right, well, I guess I'm finished for the night. I'll see you later. Bye.